And welcome back to Pokemon Team Videos. Today's Pokemon Team video comes to us from Shadows82, who has the question, what is Columbo's Pokemon team? This proved to be a unique challenge because there's actually a lot about Columbo out there because of his series. But not a lot of his personality, a lot of what he does doesn't actually translate as easy to a Pokemon team as you might think. Yeah, he's a detective, and yeah, he's got certain skill sets, but those certain skill sets are actually a little bit difficult to think of when you think about them. So let's get into a couple of the ones that I knew for a fact I was going to put on the team. He's a detective, and it's not really a detective by nature, although it kind of is. Gumshoes. It's a detective. Its name is Gumshoes, like a gumshoe, like a private dick, like a private eye. So, I knew that had to be on there. It's even the same color as his coat. So I knew that guy had to be on there. But other than that, I really didn't know what was going to be on the team. 1 second here. Do I have everything I need here? Yeah, I do. Okay. I really didn't know what was going to be on the team. So this one I had to, play around a little bit. I knew, though, because of his intelligence, in fact, because he had to work at it, and because of his nature, that I needed at least a psychic type on the team to represent that kind of ideology and that kind of behavior. I struggled a little bit with which one to put on. Like, I couldn't just put an Alakazam. He's not that smart of a guy. He's a good detective, and he's good at what he does, but it had to be a psychic type that's smart, but not, like, overpowered, which ultimately led me to Slokane. Slokane is very intelligent, very slow, though. It is not a fast Pokemon. Again, has the whole, arms behind the back design. And it's also one of the few Pokemon that's intelligent enough to speak human speak, and as we see in the second movie. It's human speech, I should say, not speak. Human speak. Speak human talk. No, actually understand. Well, most Pokemon seem to understand human speech, but very few can actually communicate through human language. So yeah, I liked the idea of this, particularly because of what we see in the second movie with this Pokemon. There is one other psychic type that's on this team, though. But to talk about it, I need to talk about an aspect of Columbo that, when looking up his bio and stuff like that, is actually prevalent. That he's actually an exceptional cook. He's actually a very good cook. And so I'm like, okay, we can work with that. What Pokemon would say a cook, a chef, use? And I'm thinking on it, and weirdly enough, this came to mind. Well, Ponlard. Lord Ponlard. Now you might be wondering, why Ponlard? Because, it's a dark steel type. It's clearly it's very spiky. It's like, why this? And why not Bisharp? Well, Bisharp, Columbo's not really a fighter or anything like that. He's the guy who outsmarts the individual. So Ponlard, or Bisharp was not a go-to for me. However, Ponlard I liked because it's basically a bunch of walking knives. And so it can be his kitchen aid, chopping up vegetables, putting them in things, putting in pots and stuff like that. And, he gives them scraps or gives them bits of food. He's like a little helper there in the kitchen. I like this for him. It also represents the fact that he carries a gun for work, but very rarely uses a gun. Ponlard kind of represents a he's not really a gun. There is no gun Pokemon. But if you were to equate him to a firearm, he'd be a very low caliber, could theoretically kill you firearm, dangerous still, but something that Columbo would actually carry with him. So there's that. But what is a chef without his little taster? Without his Pokemon that is actually a Pokemon that is, helps him to see if the food's good or not. This is where the other psychic type came in. Behold, Alolan Raichu. It's a pretty fun, loving, laid-back Pokemon, which represents Columbo very well. He's a pretty kind of laid-back, calm individual and kind of fun-loving to some degree. But he's also, as a cook, we know that Alolan Raichu allegedly loves sweet foods and allegedly gained this form in Alola because of eating too many pancakes. We don't know the real reason. That's the Pokedex, not even excuse. It's the Pokedex lore. It's like, well, maybe they ate too many pancakes. But I like this idea, adding on to the fact that it's, again, a psychic type, which would help him in the investigation and still be a very powerful Pokemon, and a very intelligent as well. Even like the least intelligent psychic types are vastly more intelligent than most normal people. So, I mean, there is definitely that option to it, no doubt about it. There is one other cooking companion, though, that we must have here. And this was the last one I added to the list because I'm like, I can't think of anything else really. But Private Eyes, Cops, all that, they usually have a companion like this. I put Growlithe. Growlithe is, again, a little bit of a cooking companion. Helps him heat up things when he needs them. Needs them to heat up, be either a stove or a pot or something like that. If they're out in the woods or something like that, he can heat up. He can just start the fire to heat up the stew they'd be making. But he's a dog, and I can see Columbo clearly having a dog companion, like a good friend of his, like, man's best friend kind of thing. And yeah, I can completely see that with this. And again, it wouldn't be an Arcanine like, say, a Nurse Joy would have, but it would be a Nurse Joy, sorry. Officer Jennings. Officer Jennings, though, do have Growlithe as well. So, yeah, I would go Growlithe here. The last one, I'm like, okay, how can I represent this skill in a Pokemon? Because apparently, he's actually skilled at playing the tuba. So I'm like, okay, and because I'm struggling with all the other information, like not much of these translate well into Pokemon. The tuba I can at least do something with. Unfortunately, this isn't like Digimon where Shogun has literally two giant like horns that look like tuba horns on his back. No, so there really isn't this. But ultimately, I still had one available for this. And this is the one I'd ultimately went with, Loudron. It has two big subwoofers or ears, so that can translate, I suppose, to a tuba's sound. And it can learn sound-based moves as well. So this, for me, is Columbo's team. I ultimately like this, but this is one of those teams that is very up for interpretation. Ultimately, if I were to like keep and take away some, I would definitely keep Gumshoes. I would keep Ponlard. I actually would keep Growlithe. And I actually would probably keep Alolan Raichu as well. The other two, Slokane and Loudon, I think are very interchangeable. But those are the ones I would use. What would you use for this team, though? Let me know in the comments below. But that is the Pokemon team for Mr. Frank Columbo. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks for the next one.